one and only Nicolas Cage. Thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you for having me.
Mr. Cage, I saw Renfield yesterday at the theaters. It was a special screening, and I was surprised about the fans, your fans, people with Drácula costumes, with makeup all over. Whoa. The theater was super packed. How excited are you to become the new 2023 Count Drácula for the new generations to come?
Well, I'm thrilled. I mean, I really am. And I'm happy that it's communicating with film enthusiasts. You know, Bond, Batman, Dracula, those are characters it's very hard to say no to, but of those three, my favorite would be Dracula. I was very happy to be invited to the House of Universal to play one of their iconic monsters. And it's thrilling to hear that the audiences are enjoying themselves. I do think that this particular experience is a real mashup of genres between comedy and horror and action adventure. And it also has some pathos. There's some serious subject matter in it in terms of toxic relationships, whether it be at home or at the office, between bosses and employees. And there's some real wisdom in it. You know, Brandon Jones has some great lines about self-help and how to empower yourself. And I think people will get something out of this, on top of which it's a real fun ride.
I totally agree about Renfield. This is a comedy, but also a horror with a lot of action and the romance factor too. How they pitch you this movie, and did you doubt any moment to become the new Dracula?
Well, the first thing that really kind of helped me make this decision was that Chris McKay, the director, invited me to go and see some previs that he had set up at his office. And I was really knocked out by what he showed me. I mean, my gosh, it was the whole sequence at the beginning where Dracula is exploding different people, and it just didn't stop moving. And he showed me this terrific dance sequence with Nick Holt that was incredible. And sadly, that didn't make the cut, but I knew that with Chris McKay that we were going to get a new take on the Renfield Dracula experience. And no, I didn't feel intimidated or scared or shy to play Dracula. I did think that there was room for something new and fresh with the icon, because again, this was a mashup. It was a horror comedy. And I just loved Landis's American Werewolf in London and felt that we can maybe try to get close to some feeling like that. And when that works, boy, is it a good time at the cinema.
The process of the makeup took, how much it took you to become Dracula, and for how many days you had to go through all the makeup process? And is it true that you had to shave your real teeth and use like a 3D printed denture to create those sharp fangs, as makeup artist Christine Tinsel said?
First of all, I didn't shave my teeth. This is the symptomatic of the clickbait universe we're in. What it was they took the fangs and they would shave them down and put them in my mouth so they would fit on my teeth so that I could speak clearly. But it wasn't a matter of me actually going crazy and method acting and shaving my teeth. The other part of your question, you know, I really was just looking at different Dracula performances that I like and trying to cherry pick from them what I thought worked, and then extrude out from there. But what I really thought was the biggest influence was my own father, August Coppola. He was someone that spoke with distinction. He had a mid-Atlantic accent. He was somebody that was the smartest man of any room he walked into and knew it. And I thought Dracula, being that he was around for hundreds of years, would also have that intelligence and that style of speaking. So
I have only one more question. I really appreciate your time. Mr. Cage, you recently received the Variety Legend and Groundbreaker Award. Now with Renfield and your role as Dracula, you reaffirm your legendary status. What does it mean to you to be considered, for many of us, a legend? And in your opinion, how you can define a legend, and maybe an example of who is a legend for you?
Well, for me, you know, I mean, it was a nice experience to be in Miami, and it was nice of Variety to do that. But I don't think about myself in those terms. I'm a student, and my job is to learn and to evolve and to hopefully find things within film performance that will excite not only me but you, and to stay on that path of learning and evolving. Legend, I don't really know what that word really means. To me, a legend is a story, someone that has done something that evokes people to tell stories. That's how I look at it.
Mr. Nicolas Cage, was a pleasure and an honor, and congratulations for this new movie.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the interview.